Good morning, everybody. I am back in Iowa. I am at Memorial Park in Breda. I'm back on the Sauk River Trail or Sauk Rail Trail. And so I'm going to walk from Breda to Black Hawk Lake, which is like by Lakeview, Iowa. I may go all the way back at the end to retrace my steps where I stopped just south of Breda, if I have the energy for it. But today is, Friday was 80 degrees, yesterday was 69 degrees, and today is about 33 degrees, and it feels like 21. It's kind of misting, so I might have problems with rain. Oh, and that reminds me, I have to go grab my umbrella. So anyway, I'm back on the trail. We'll see how the Sauk Rail Trail is from Breda to Lakeview, Iowa. The winds are so strong out of the north that I've decided to walk north first, which sounds crazy, but I'm not sure if this is 15 miles north and then 15 miles back south, but I would rather walk north into the wind the first half when I'm not so tired, and then when I'm tired, let the wind, blow me back to my car. So that's the plan. But so far, when I had just started, there wasn't any tree cover, but now there's some trees. So I'm hoping I just get lucky and I get some protection from the wind. So I'm just hoping. Last time when I started the Sauk Trail in Swan Lake State Park by Carroll, I made it almost to Breda, but the trail was so snow-packed. It was an exhausting day. I was hoping today would be a beautiful day to finish this trail, so to walk from Breda to Lakeview, Iowa. But I didn't get lucky, and that's okay, because I think this is the last cold walk of the year, and then I will be struggling to stay cool because Iowa is either really hot and humid or freezing. So anyway, but today will be a good day and I'll just do what I can. Well, already this isn't too bad. You can see there's trees, but even when there's not, I think that it is, it's windy, but the feels like temperature is 21. And when I did that long, really windy walk the other day, or a couple weeks ago, it felt like 17 degrees. And today it doesn't seem like it's nearly that cold. And I'm walking directly into the wind. But you can see there's a hill right there, which is protecting me a little bit. But so far, this trail's really pleasant. And even though I was kind of dreading the weather, I'm already getting that euphoric feeling of just being on another adventure. So I came up on mile marker 9. Oh, okay. So before, gosh, I was trying to get to mile marker 14 south of Breda. So Breda is probably the beginning of the trail in Breda probably is at mile marker 10. So I may have, there are pheasants everywhere on this trail. I don't want you to shoot them, but I'm just letting you know. So anyway, so it looks like it's only 9 more miles to the start of the Sauk Rail Trail at the northern trailhead. So that's good, because then I'll have plenty of energy to walk that southern portion south of Breda where I ended, so that I can connect my footsteps and have walked the entire trail. Also, I have to mention that it was a weird week, because when I got back from Florida, my poor boyfriend was in a horrible car accident. He has AFib, and it caused him to faint while he was driving, and he drove straight into kind of a deep ditch at 55 miles per hour. And I've never been in a car accident before, but that airbag did so much damage, and he fractured some vertebrae in his back and has bruised ribs. So this week was really crazy dealing with all of that, but hopefully he'll recover okay. So he's one of my biggest fans, so I want to mention that I'm so glad he's still here. And but anyway, this coming week, on 2 Saturdays in a row, I'm visiting my daughter and my 4-month-old grandson. I'm so excited to see them, and I plan to walk both those Saturdays, or at least sometime. Now that it's not winter, I'm not bound to walk on Saturdays no matter what, but I hope to post a couple of videos of interesting hikes that we go on while I'm in Spokane or that area. So anyway, that's just kind of an update about my videos and how my schedule's off a little bit. But once I come back from Spokane, I'll be looking for another rail to trail hike to take in Iowa, because that's my true love. As you walk through this area, you are constantly coming upon Carnarvon Creek, and it is so beautiful, even though I can barely see anything because it's constantly misting. So I'm just coming up to a road, and there's just a few houses, so I'm assuming this is Carnarvon, and I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly, so if I'm not, I apologize. But this road, you know, it's like a 55 mile per hour road. I could look it up, but I don't really care that much. But yeah, so here's a bike station and a bench, and up there it says mile 5. I'm getting kind of soaked. Every mile or so I take off my glasses and wipe them off, and my jacket's really wet, but it's too hard to like carry my phone and have an umbrella out. I don't want to do that. So because I'm walking into the wind, I'm hoping that that's why it's all going directly at me and in my face, and when I turn around, hopefully it won't be at my face the whole time. But this is my first walk in the rain, but it could be a way worse rain, so I'm not complaining, and I'm just dealing with it. This is a really cool and peaceful section, and the railroad is up there. So I don't know if that's still in service, but I think that's kind of cool how it's up. And here you kind of come to the end of the road, and I just looked around and I can see that the trail continues up there. And this is interesting. It says trail closed ahead. Okay, so here it says the trail is closed. So this gate is open, and yeah, so I will probably look on the map and see if I can just take this gravel road. Okay, so I followed along that road, but now the trail takes a sharp right, and I could walk in that mud, but I think I'm just going to follow along the road. Okay, great. I just walked the road just a little bit, and then you can see the trail is paved again. So it follows along this highway though for a long time until Black Hawk Lake, I think, according to my trail link map. Okay, so it says that the trail stops at Black Hawk Lake. So, but this is a little town, and so I think it's called Lakeview, but it didn't say that on that sign that I took a picture of. But this is a really cute little town. So in just a minute, I'm going to look at my map just to see. It says the trail right there is, oh yeah, to keep going. And yeah, we're in Lakeview. So we will go look at the lake then. This is a really nice little town. Like nice little properties. And up there you can see their grain elevator. So yeah, this is really sweet. And then it says up here, then I take a right on First Street. So this is really pleasant. I'm still getting rained on like constantly. It's just a steady mist that really doesn't bother me, except it covers my glasses. But besides that, it's not too bad. I had a snack back by that picture of the huge boulder with the Sauk Trail sign on it, and that really did me a world of good. I was pretty hungry. So anyway, what a beautiful town. And then look at this tree-lined path, which is probably gorgeous in the spring and then the fall. I'm really impressed with this little town and the way they've kept up this path. And then here's a nice sign to commemorate the trail. Welcome to Lakeview. So then we're going to go to the right, but I just want to look at this information about Black Hawk Lake. Okay, so I decided not to walk all the way around Black Hawk Lake because if I have energy left, I want to go do that portion south of Breda. But anyway, I had already gone 10.5 miles or so by the time I got to the end of the trail. So now I'm heading back and I'm on mile 2. And then where I parked is around mile 10. And I hope to go to around the 14 mile marker. So that's my plan. And the wind is at my back now, which is great. And I have no idea if there are rain spots all over these videos, but I just can't avoid it. But going the opposite direction, I do not have as much rain on my glasses, which is phenomenal. This is the way to line your property. Look at all those evergreens. They did a good job. So now I'm back in Carnarvon, or however you say it. So it says snow is forecasted in the next 20 minutes or something. And it says it's 35, I think, and feels 17. It does not at all feel anything like 17 degrees to me. Maybe that's just when the wind is blowing right on you, but still I don't feel that cold. I took my scarf off. I will be utterly shocked if it snows. I feel like they always say it's going to snow and it never does anything, so we'll see. This is equisetum, and it's really cool. And I don't know why I always remember the name, but it's kind of like a little bamboo. And I mean bamboo-like. And like each of these sections, like it grows in sections, which is kind of cool. But this is equisetum. And usually it grows in real swampy areas. So I think it's kind of weird to find it here. Well, I doubt you can see it, but it is, I wouldn't call this snow. I would call this sleet. And it might turn into snow, but I doubt it. I think it's too warm. But it is a little bit different than rain because it's kind of pelting on the back of my jacket. So I had about, I don't know, a half an hour with no precipitation, which was really nice. But now it's doing something again, but not as big of a deal since I'm walking away from the wind. I think this trail is absolutely beautiful. That Carnarvon Creek, there's so many bridges that go over that creek, is amazing. And everything has the prairie grass surrounding it, and it looks so pretty even in the winter because it's kind of golden. I just love it. This is a really great trail. I highly recommend you use it. But when I get to Breda, I am going to stop. I am not going to be able to connect my footsteps because I don't know why. I'm just struggling to make even 15-minute miles. I suspect because I had a hard, very stressful week and didn't sleep well. But then also yesterday I did yoga to relieve my stress, but I feel like maybe I overstretched and my hamstrings are so tight. Just making this walking motion is very difficult. So I'm just going to be happy with, I don't know, 20 or 21 miles or so. I'll look when I'm finished, but I will connect those footsteps another time when I bring you up to see the Grotto of the Redemption, which is in West Bend, Iowa, which shouldn't be too far from here. And so I'll bring you up and make a video of that and then continue my footsteps and finish this trail. But I am, for the time being, going to call this trail completed. I've walked enough of it to count it as done. So if I never come back to connect those footsteps, that's okay with me. I did enough. Okay, so here's mile 8, and I am going to walk to the trailhead in Breda. So I'm on my last 2 miles, but the snow is kind of getting more snowy looking. But it's a lot more pleasant to walk in snow than it is rain. So I'm on my last mile. So yeah, it got a little bit snowier. Those flakes are bigger now. So actually, that's kind of pretty. Okay, well there's mile marker 10. So the trailhead in Breda must be closer to mile 11. And so where I stopped, I think was around mile 14. So it would be 3 miles down, 3 miles back after I finish this mile. And I just don't have it in me. It's so weird when you have days like that where you're just not yourself. But I really think it's because I did that yoga yesterday. So I have to remember not to do that the day before a long walk and do it the day after. So you can see, well, maybe not now. There's a little downtown over there. Breda has a lot of windmills. And I noticed that coming from the other direction too. Well, there are a lot of windmills from Breda to Carroll. Okay, so it doesn't appear to be too far because there's the depot. So back in the olden days, that was the old train depot, which is pretty cool. So here's Breda's train depot. They've got a little bike shop in there. There's a vending machine. Here, let me see if I can zoom out. There we go. And so I don't see a big info map or anything. I don't know if there is anything down there. I doubt it. So this is Main Street here. So then Maple River is 8 miles, Carroll's 12.5, and Swan Lake is 16.5. I think that's if you include the walk around the lake. So, and Black Hawk Lake is 12.5 miles. So I must have done a 25-mile day or close, I guess. No, it wasn't quite that because I did not walk around Black Hawk Lake. So I think I did a 22-mile day. Well, I am spent. So there's the depot. So anyway, this concludes for me, for now, the Sauk Rail Trail. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a really long trail, so I had to go up and back from the south and then up and back from the north. Well, no, I didn't do that. Up and back from the south and then up and back from the middle. But anyway, I love this trail. I think it's awesome. I highly recommend it. And I think this is the 11th rail to trail system that I've walked, and out of 29, so I still have a lot to do to get them all done by the end of 2025. So we'll see. If I don't make it, I don't really care. But yeah, and just remember, some days you just aren't yourself for whatever reason, and today's one of those days, but what can you do? So anyway, stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for walking with me.